Hello and welcome back to statistics. Today we're going to learn about the scales of measurement. Now, different scales of measurement lead to different types of statistical analyses that you can do. There are four main types of scales of measurement, which are the nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio scales. Nominal scales are basically categories. So the example on the page shows hair color as a choice, but nominal scales can be for other things. It could be for something as uh, political affiliation, or it could be what ranking you are at school. Are you a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior? All of these are different types of categories. Now, nominal scales, since they use categories, the numbers actually don't have meaning. So we might assign brown hair to the number 1 when you do the analyses of the data, but that doesn't mean 1 equals brown hair. As you can see on the screen, it says red hair equals to 2, blonde hair equals to 3. Well, brown hair plus red hair does not equal blonde hair. So that's, as you can see, why the numbers actually don't have any meaning. And we're going to find out later that for the nominal types of scale, we're going to use what's called a chi-square analysis. Ordinal scale are essentially where a person, the participant of a study, say, would then rank order something. So for example, if I were to give you 5 different types of car makers and I asked you to rank them from the one that you like the most to the one that you like the least. Now, the thing about rank ordering is that, again, the numbers don't have much meaning. So your first choice just means that you like it the most. It doesn't mean that it's equal to 1, because your second choice, you might love your second choice too, and it was hard to choose between 1 and 2, and your third choice, not even close, you don't really like that car maker. So the difference between 1 and 2 is small, but the difference between 2 and 3 is quite large. That's why the numbers don't have any meaning to it. And this is actually a very common type of scale used for consumer types of studies. An interval scale is where the numbers actually now have meaning. The difference between 2 and 3 is equal to the difference between 1 and 2, for example. So equal interval. Now, the thing about when you have an interval scale is that the 0 has no actual weight. So for example, if you have 0 degrees, that doesn't mean it lacks temperature. It just means it's 0 degrees, because you can have negative degrees. So you can perform mathematical operations, mean, median, and mode. You can also use different types of statistical analyses like analysis of variance, which we're going to learn about in chapter 5. And the last type of scale is the ratio scale. Now, the ratio scale, unlike the interval scale, actually has a absolute 0 point, which means 0 does have meaning. So the numbers do have meaning in this, just like with the interval scale, but the difference is that 0 means the absence of something. So if I am going to record how much you can jump up in the air, you start at 0. 0 is the ground. You can't go to a negative number because you can't jump into the ground. Okay, so that's where absolute 0 point comes in. In my type of research, 0 is important because you use reaction times in perceptual types of studies. And when you have reaction times, you start at 0. You can't go to a negative time, which goes into the past. So that just doesn't work. And ratio scales, just like interval scales, can be used for things like the analysis of variance or ANOVA as well. And that's it for the different types of measurements of scale. I hope this helped you. All right, everyone take care.